Thank you to tune in to Rony TV podcast, local news and international news. Let's begin. President Donald Trump's first 100 days have been marked by economic challenges, with GDP contracting due to his tariff policies sparking recession fears. The Department of Justice sued Colorado and Denver for allegedly interfering with federal efforts to enforce immigration laws, the latest attempt by the Trump administration to crack down on sanctuary cities and policies. The lawsuit claims the state and its most populous city, Denver, have passed sanctuary laws, violating the supremacy clause of the U.S. Constitution. In other news, fans of the popular video game series Grand Theft Auto will have to wait a little longer to play the latest version. Rockstar Games said it delayed the launch of Grand Theft Auto 6 until end of May. The company apologized for the delay, the release of which has been talked about for several years. They didn't provide any specifics on why the release date of the game has been pushed back from fall of this year. We continue. Diddy formally rejected the U.S. government's offer to plead guilty and avoid the possibility of a lengthy prison sentence. If Sean Combs is convicted of racketeering or either of the two sex trafficking counts, he faces life imprisonment. RICO cases against alleged sex offenders don't offer an encouraging outlook for Diddy. In the R. Kelly case, the singer was sentenced to 31 years in prison. Raniere, the NXIVM leader convicted of turning vulnerable women into sex slaves, was sentenced to 120 years in prison. Robert De Niro's daughter, Erin De Niro, came out as transgender. She recently opened up about her personal situation. Following this announcement, her father, Robert De Niro, expressed his gratitude. The 81-year-old actor announced that he was giving her love and support. In other news, after Pope Francis died, the Vatican will start the process of selecting a new pope that will involve a papal conclave. It's a private election held behind closed doors of Vatican City's Sistine Chapel, where 135 cardinals vote on who will serve as the head of the Catholic Church. Former Vice President Mike Pence will receive the John F. Kennedy Profile in Courage Award for his refusal to go along with President Donald Trump's efforts to remain in office after losing the 2020 election. The award recognizes Pence for putting his life and career on the line to ensure the constitutional transfer of presidential power on January 6, 2021. Pence will receive the award at the JFK Library in Boston. We continue. Marie-Ange Blaise, an undocumented immigrant from Haiti, died in ICE custody. She was detained for over 10 weeks after being apprehended in mid-February 2025 at an airport in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, while attempting to board a flight to Charlotte, North Carolina, without a valid immigrant visa. She was transferred through multiple ICE facilities in Puerto Rico, Louisiana, and Florida. On April 25th, Blaise reported chest pains and was told to lie down. She died later that day. Her death is currently under investigation by ICE and the Broward County Medical Examiner's Office. The official cause of death has not been publicly released. In other news, California's nominal GDP reached $4.1 trillion, surpassing Japan to become the world's fourth largest economy. Governor Gavin Newsom attributes this growth to investments in people, sustainability, and innovation. A 5-year-old boy went missing near the Klamath River in Seat Valley on May 1st. Multiple agencies, including CAL FIRE and the Siskiyou County Sheriff's Dive Team, are conducting search operations. Community volunteers, including members of the Karuk tribe, have joined the efforts. Authorities urge caution around rivers swollen with snowmelt. We continue. A South African woman was convicted of kidnapping and selling her 6-year-old daughter in a case that horrified the country. The girl went missing more than a year ago and hasn't been found. Kelly Smith and 2 men, her boyfriend and their friend, were convicted of kidnapping and human trafficking over the disappearance of Smith's daughter Jocelyn, who was 6 when she went missing in February 2024. In sport news, the Indiana Pacers outlasted the Milwaukee Bucks 119-118 in an overtime that clinched their first-round series. Tyrese Halliburton's layup with 1.3 seconds remaining. Shaquille O'Neal will be the new general manager for Sacramento State University men's basketball team. The Hall of Fame move to an unpaid position continues a growing trend of black sports and entertainment legends transitioning from sports to leadership roles in college athletics, mirroring Michael Vick's HBCU coaching journey. Stay tuned for Dondon 604 editorial.
Things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Thank you people to tune in to Rony TV podcast. I'm your host, Don 604. We're going to have a wonderful show. Thank you again to tune in. For those of you who's watching me or listen to me with your smartphone, your smart TV, I salute you. And also, I have to plug my people. If you want to be involved into the broadcast industry, the production, the camera, the producer, editing, hosting, you need to come to a Padnet TV. Padnet, the hub, they're the plug. Without them, I will never have my show on that platform, and you will never hear from me, Anyway, so let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back after these messages. Thank you people to tune in to a Rony TV podcast. So yeah, let's go ahead right away. Regarding Trump first 100 days. So yeah, basically I guess there's debate, but I guess the man is doing his job. They vote for him on that. So apparently they ask him, hey, what happening with your aggressiveness, and you dismantling, federal agency? They said, first of all, this is what I campaign for. So don't play with him. That's what you vote for him. So, I'm agree on that. He's a businessman. If he got his, doesn't know how to do the polish the word. I don't know. Ask the wife, So, yeah, his 100 days is like, I'm thinking, he's a pedagogue also. I'm laughing, but it's not something to laugh. But hopefully, he's gonna give amnesty to the immigrant, and also he's gonna, come correct. I think he's got to come correct. So it's unfortunate that happened like that, but I'm sure it's not him. He doesn't wake up in the morning and said, hey, let me go ahead and call ICE and to pick up that person. Speaking of ICE, shame on you. So, yeah, shame on you, ICE. So, basically, we're gonna my people, it's my people now. I'm, how could I say that? I'm emotional. Yeah. Speaking of Marie-Ange Blaise, a 44-year-old Asian woman died. She died last month. I mean, while in U.S. immigration. So she died. She was in U.S. immigration custom enforcement, ICE. At the Broward Transitional Center in Pompano Beach, Florida. So her death, rise significant concern regarding the methodology and the principle and how the care, also medical care for the detainees. Yeah, so basically what happened, she was stopped by Custom and Border Protection. I think it's Henry Roslin International Airport in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Island. Allegedly she's saying she attempted to board in a flight to Charlotte, North Carolina. She had no paperwork, no go paperwork. So they tell her to, to be removed, and they said, you lack a valid immigration visa. So they told her, I guess around the middle of February, they transfer to ICE custody at San Juan facility in Puerto Rico. So, and again, around the 21st, they move her to Richwood Correctional Center to Oakdale, Louisiana. So on April 5th around, she transferred to Broward Transitional Center in Pompano Beach. So apparently she's saying she had a chest pain. So they pronounced later that day, they pronounced her dead at 8:35 p.m. at the Broward facility. So yeah, the report saying she had a complaint, she had chest pain several hours before the death. So according to the people who was detaining with her, she was they said they gave her medication and instruction to lie down. So apparently one detainee mentioned that she Marie-Ange starting to shaking and screaming about a chest pain before. It's really sad, what I'm saying? I'm also from the HH, Asian homie, I'm Asian homie too, what I'm saying? Oui, moi Haitien, natif natal. I didn't grow up in the 80s, but I grew up in America, what I'm saying? So I feel for my people. So now one of my allies, say. Yeah, I feel for her because it's unfortunate that happened like that. It's like really it's really bad for my people. What I'm saying? So my people, they're supposed to be the first free country, but I guess because they're black and was controlling, they put them in second. But it's regardless of who's first, who's last. I don't like that. But they are freedom fighter. My people are freedom fighter. So we help American Revolution. People's gonna say it's different date. We help American Revolution. Do you understand? So regardless what you want to say, we help them. We already know. The story knows. So there's more stories gonna come, more clarity is gonna come, more the truth's gonna come out also, and the free's gonna get out. So it's really sad. Like in 2025, There's border again. You're talking about tariff. You want to get no tariff. They focus on more money. Like, I know sometimes you're saying there's criminal coming into the country. We got to stop that. There's drug coming into the country. We got to stop that. But why don't you? I'm sorry too. I'm trying to excuse myself. I'm not in the position to tell, hey, what I will do. But what I can say, be more humanitarian. I know you accept a lot of immigration, United States. You're the best country. You're the best that. You're the best shit. You're the best what. So you should have at least helped the woman. Said, hey, do you have medical? Do you have that? And it's not because you have no paper and you feel like this person are less than of a penny, lesser person. This is what I feel. It's always like that. It's always like that. People are when they have encountered a situation, they don't have protection, they nobody, they come to that country again to it. But these people help. My people help America to be free, America to be unenslaved. Do you understand? So I'm talking to Heist now, please be more compassionate, be more humanitarian. So it's not, it's not, that's not supposed to happen, that's not supposed to happen. It's like, unfortunately, somebody didn't do his job. And you going, for sure he's going into investigation. Yes, ICE doing an investigation. It's really good. What also I would like to applaud, it's hopefully it's not for a show. I would like to applaud U.S. Representative Sheila Phyllis McCormick and Frederica Wilson. They visit Broward facility following Miss Marie-Ange Blaise. They said they report hostility and evasiveness from facility administrator when they were investigated about a medical protocol. So yes, some concern was raised. It's always, you guys waiting always when somebody died. Those congresswomen went to, trying to, investigate. I'm sure they're concerned. It's a woman die, and I applaud them to do that. But the Broward facility trying to hide, and now they feel ashamed. So they said they had 500 detainees were under their care for a single doctor. My mom, she's a nurse, and sometimes she's telling me she's a supervisor nurse, She's always on the top of the food chain. But she was telling me sometimes on the floor they got 30 patients. I said, wow, Mom, you have a lot. So imagine, one nurse have 30 patients, so they got to, taking care of these people. And I'm sure some people die in their hand later that night, Yeah, they don't have enough staff. They don't have enough staff, so, And shout out to Miss Chef Phyllis McCormick. So apparently she's the only Asian American in Congress. She called for a full independent investigation into Blaise death. She highlighted the need of accountability and transparency in ICE detention facility. Yes, please. Thank you again. There's people who especially Miss McCormick, sorry for my French. She's for justice, and she will get justice. Miss Blaise will get justice. Rest in peace. You want a better life? Rest in peace. It's shame on you, Ice. Come on. She was like, people like don't care when immigration. It's like, I remember I put on my social feed one time I used to work. It's always related to immigration. I'm going to give you the statement. So I used to work for a big company, and before that person hired me, they're saying, "Oh, please, we're going to hire you, but do not steal the equipment." So, and one time I'm browsing, there was a show called Border Custom. So I see the same guy who told me, "Hey, we're gonna hire you, but don't steal the equipment." Just like that, bold like that. But it's really like investigate on these people who you put at the border. I know you're receiving a lot of people at the border, but come on, it's not because some people they're hiding their allegiance. They're putting their hood, and I'm sure they're saying they want to do good, but other than that they don't care. Yeah, because Marie-Ange Blaise is not supposed to die like that. It's really sad. Let's take a quick break and come back. And my fellow Haitian people, HH, it's HH. Haitian homie talking to you right now. Nous pas quitter ça aller. Et Haïti, faut des Haïti libre. Faut des gangs yo sorti, faut des tout bagay yo clean, comme si c'est première nation nous yé. I'm just saying to my people, we the first nation, the first black nation. There's always gonna come new nation too, But Asian people, they stand high, they stand high. Asian women, Asian men, they stand high. So even you put them, they eating cats, they eating shit. That's not even affect them. They're hard working people. That's what it is. So everywhere they go, people will fear them. Trust me. Hey, let's take a quick break and come back after these messages. Thank you to tune in to Rony TV podcast. I'm your host, Don 604. Thank you to tune in to Rony TV podcast. Welcome back. Hey, if you want to be involved in broadcasting, if you want to be involved in production, if you want to be involved in hosting, if you want to be involved in camera works, please go to Padnet TV. They're located at 117 West Victoria in Long Beach. They have a studio also. They do have a studio to help you, produce your show, and it's a wonderful. They also my show. I'm on Spectrum 32, Frontier 41. Yes, and I will pay my membership until I die. You know what I'm saying? But in other news, like I said, we got to give shout out to Trump for his 100 days. Shout out to him. It's not easy to be president. Trust me. Despite all the hating on him, it's not easy to be a president. Okay? So shout out to him. Hey, we got to fight the fight, Mr. President. And I know you could do it. You got to come stronger. And apparently somebody made a bronze statue of him. So I guess, he's going to be an icon forever. I don't follow MAGA, but the promotional, you guys are big in promotional marketing, you know what I'm saying? Make America great again. It's just like Donald Reagan you trying to do. And other news, Australia election, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese win the election with the Labour Party. So they defeat the coalition Liberal leader Peter Dutton. So Mr. Dutton lost his seat, and that's a new significant political shift. Yeah, Australia. It's a wonderful country, the kangaroo country. I would love to go there, you know what I'm saying? Because it's from the Commonwealth. That's correct. So, it's also the American Idol voting, the season 23 of the American Idol. This with live episode and first week of May. Yes, I would like to say to come back again, and that woman, she was trying to better herself. She was trying to live the American dreams, and she died in America. It's so sad, you know what I'm saying? She knows already a lot of Asian people. Thank you, people, to tune in again to Rony TV. I'm your host, Don604. So just to I don't know if I mentioned that Miss Mary Ange Blaise wanted to achieve the American dream, and she died in American soil. That's so sad, and I'm sure she was following her her friends or her family, because they all have a big community in Florida. So I think it's maybe 500,000. I don't know, maybe less than that. But she wanted to follow her dream and live the American dreams, and American cut her off and kill her, just because she don't have no paper. It's sad. People who worked at the border, shame on you. You got family, you got everybody. You guys were chasing the Nazi. Black people help you fight that too. So now, because you have your stuff, or you can't live together with black people, but go back where you're coming from. I'm saying it, that go back where you're coming from. Even if you come the first boat, the second boat was the how you call that, the Mayflowers. The first boat, I forgot the first boat was. I'm gonna find out that the first boat. Yeah, so like I said, you should go back where you're from. Everybody should go back where they're from. So way before, I know there's some boat, San Salvador, La Dauphine, the North Ship of Lake Erickson. So so most likely you guys are immigrant. They all immigrant and pretending it's I've been there for 18, 16 years. Shut up. Go back home where you're coming from. I will go back home too if you let me breathe. let me go back home. Let me get some money. So yeah, you should not have how could I say that, repellence of stopping people at the border, stopping people to change their life. Listen, due process. Don't put them into another prison and starving them, make them suffer, and then look what happened. Mary Ange not supposed to die like.
No more boys will be boys.
No more. What's the big deal?
No more. It's just the way he is.
No more. He just has a temper.
No more, but he's such a nice guy.
No more, but he has such a bright future.
No more. Not my problem.
No more. I'll say something next time.
No more. Why didn't she tell anyone?
No more. Why doesn't she just leave?
No more. I'm sure they'll work it out.
No more. She seems fine to me.
No more. What was she wearing?
No more. She was drunk.
No more. He was drunk.
No more. She was asking for it.
No more. She never said no.
No more. Not in this family.
No more, not on this team.
No more, we don't talk about that.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses.
No more.